Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. What time are you watching this? I don't know. It's the internet, or the net, as is the shortened abbreviation of the internet. I did actually mention that in the last video of the commonly confusing English words explained, homonyms. So I did go through net. So if you didn't watch that, you can now. You can go and find it on my channel. I'll put a little link at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to get to that link. All right. And today I'm continuing with the homonyms. I'm going from P to S today with some more homonyms. Now, if you don't know what homonyms, don't worry, don't panic. I didn't know what they were because I had to do my research as well. It's very rare that we use these words unless you're into it, and I am into it, but not as much as I'm going to be and want to be. All right, so homonyms are words that are spelt the same, sound the same, different meanings. Yeah, that's English for you. We try to confuse the hell out of you. So if we're doing that, don't panic, because I'm here to explain some words to you today. But before I do that, I can first ask you if you would be so kind to like this video if you do like it. Subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, well, join the gang. Got a lot of things happening, not just YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I've got a new coin as well that you can buy if you want. It's quite exciting, but that's too much. I'll do a separate video on the coin. This is about liking, subscribing, sharing, and notifying yourself with that bell if you want to know about the latest videos. First word, this is pool. Pool. Look at that. That's a pool you may know, a swimming pool, something we'd all love to have in our back garden if we like to swim. But there's more, obviously, meanings to pool. That's just the noun pool, pool of water. It doesn't have to be a swimming pool. It could be any just massive water that's kind of collected there. So that's a pool. In fact, over here, look at that. That's a puddle, all right, which is the rainwater when it's collected. That's kind of, you could say that's a pool of water. It could be anything. If you're a fan of Dexter, you may, that's old now, I suppose, but that was about a guy who worked for the police, and I forget what his actual term was, but when there was blood and stuff, there could be a pool of blood. That'd be horrible, but it happens. But don't forget this as well, pool. This is actually a game, one of my favourites, where you hit balls into pockets. So that's great. I haven't played I played a few weeks ago actually, so it's not been too long. So there's a few different pools there, and they're nouns, but also the verb to pool is, you could say that with the blood. That's the water has pooled into a pool. You can say that. All right. Racket. What's a racket? Well, Olympics, Paralympics now. You've got tennis. There you go. That's a tennis racket there. And it's not just that. That's just a noun. That's one of the nouns of racket. I'm sure you've seen tennis. You hit the ball with your racket. But it's also an unpleasant and a din noise. So, they make a racket. So, I'm sure you're aware, if you have kids, they do make a racket sometimes, and just send them to their room. He's quite young, she's quite young, so probably not. You just got to deal with it. You got to deal with the racket and try to get him to be quiet. And in fact, like that noise, it's not just from children, any noise, because I actually, my bedroom is near a kind of main road, so it's quite, there's a racket coming through the window, so and that, you could use it as a verb, racketing. The cars are racketing. You could say that. I I have never said it, but I could do, and it would be correct. And also, you may have seen this in films. A racket can be an illegal or dishonest scheme for obtaining money. So they're a racket that are doing that. All right. Right. Now, in the last video, I did left, which is that way. But this is right, which is that way. So that's direction. Simple, right. But of course, always there are more meanings. That's why we're doing this. It's homonyms. So also, I'm sure you are, if you're an English student, which you are now, you're watching this, you're studying English, and I'm sure you've done tests, and your teacher, you've either got it right or wrong. If you're right, you get a tick. If you're wrong, cross. So the right answer is a correct answer. You've also got something that is morally correct or just or honourable. That is a right thing that has happened there. And of course, the left wing political side, you've got the right wing as well. So they're more conservative. Verb-wise, to write something, you can do that with an object. So let's say I've got my water here. Let's say this was empty and it was on its side. You could just make it right, turn it so it's upright. There you go, upright. And yeah, if you personally redress or rectify something, a wrong action taken, you're righting your wrong. It's another way you can use right. There's quite a few others as well. Adjective, if you're morally good, justified or acceptable. And again, the correct mark, that's an adjective as well. It's true or correct as a fact. Because of course, get a lot of fake news. Fake news is wrong. The opposite of right. But if it's actual news that is correct, then it's right. And you can also use it to mean exactly. So it's a direct meaning. So if you, let me try to explain this. So if you you want to meet somebody at a location and you were there but they weren't there, you could say to them, I was right there where you said to me. I was right there. So that's quite a few more rights. And there's more. So lexico.com, don't miss learning more about right and all these other words as well on there. Now, this one, rose. Love a rose. One of my favourite flowers. You can't beat a rose. There it is there. But also the colour rose as well. The colour of a rose is rose. Sometimes they're a bit more red, but this rose is similar to that is the colour of rose. And also you've got rosé there, which is spelt, that's not pronounced the same. A little cheat there, but that's wine. My favourite wine. I do like a sweet wine, and that is rosé. But also verb-wise, you wouldn't say to rose, because rose is the past simple of rise, and there, he's rising from his seat, but he did it yesterday, so he rose from his seat. That's it on rose. Let's go to scale. So this is quite a fun one, because you may know scale as one of those, one of those, which is a weighing machine. So it measures, you can measure yourself. This one is to measure food you might see in a supermarket. But that's a scale now. But also over here, that is the kind of scaly, it's like a thin, horny or bony plates protecting the skin of a fish, and reptiles, and probably maybe dinosaurs. Maybe they had scales. I imagine they did, if Jurassic Park is right. And also mermaids' tail, they're scales, aren't they? So yeah. What else with scale? Let's see. Oh yeah, the scale we don't like, lime scale, because I love my tea. I hate it when the kettle has got scale at the bottom of it, and it's evaporated water which contains lime, and that's why it's called lime scale. No one likes it. I don't have a picture of that. I don't want a picture of that. It brings back bad memories of having to drink it. And what else with scale? You've got, so that's a graduate range of values forming a standard system for measuring or grading something. All right, so let's say you are marking a film. There's IDMB, where you can actually give a film a rating, and that's a scale from 1 to 5. And also, this one is great. It's over there, look. Sound of Music, because a scale, the musical scale. And in fact, this film has a song, Do Re Mi. Classic song, classic film. I love Sound of Music. Haven't seen it for ages, but it's wonderful. And also, back to the Olympics, have you seen the climbing? They're scaling. That's scaling something to get to the top of something. And they are phenomenal. Now, I'm thinking about the Olympics, not the Paralympics. I'm not sure if they're doing that in the Paralympics. They probably are. They can do anything. It's unbelievable. It's like mind-blowing, these athletes. And that's it with scale. But as you can see, there's quite a few there. Let's move on to ship. Ship. Now, you may know ship as one of those, a large boat. But also, we ship all the time. Well, we don't do it ourselves unless we run a business. But there's also shipping when you are sending something. So to ship, the verb to ship is to send something. Like example, here's up here, FedEx. FedEx, they're a very well-known shipping company. In fact, drop shipping, if you work in the online business or Amazon, you might be an Amazon seller, you might be drop shipping, and that is doing this. You kind of get products from somewhere else and you send them to the buyer. But the irony of shipping and the fact that they send stuff is that it's very rarely by ship. It's normally by plane or by truck or trains. So yeah, that's ship, and that's it for today. So that's the end of this one, but there is one more coming. I'm going to go from S to W. That's in the next video, but I've got to try and keep it nice and short for you. But before I go, if you would be so kind, tap on that like button if you did like this video. If you think it's helpful, if it's helped you with some words and you think it could help someone else, share it. And obviously write in comments as well if there's words that you know that you think, that should have been in there, but it wasn't, because you know this word, it means this, but it also means this. Get it down in the comments, and maybe I'll do another video about it. And if you want to notify yourself, tap that bell as well. And that's it. I'm done for today. I hope you've liked this video, and I hope you've had a lovely day and are still learning English. And of course, read the comments. You can join the Learn Breezy English group on Facebook. We've got the Instagram. We've got the WhatsApp group as well. Loads more. And that's it. So I will love you and leave you. You take care. You have a great day. Bye-bye.